go. Hump Day Live. What's up, guys? How are you doing? It's Hump Day. We haven't celebrated many Hump Days lately around here. In fact, we probably haven't. I think we've maybe done one this entire year. So I'm really glad to be able to spend Hump Day with you guys. And I came on a little earlier than usual. It's 10 o'clock, so hopefully we can have a little fun. Do some mini readings, and if not do some mini readings, at least I can do a little bit of check-in with you guys, and we can talk about this recent full moon eclipse, what we've garnered from it, what we're expecting, etc. It should be a pretty fun coming month. October is going to be interesting. I've done 2 zodiac readings for October so far. They'll be up tomorrow. I did Libra and Scorpio. I'm going to do the air and water signs first, just because I, for whatever reason, started with Libra and Scorpio. So that's what I'm gonna stay with that vibe, and go ahead and do the water and air signs all together, and then I'll go to Earth and Fire, and we'll get the things popping, and it'll be a good time. A good time will be had by all. I promise. It always is. Anyway, so yeah, what I was saying earlier on the pre-live was that we're hunkering down for a hurricane over here, and hopefully we're all going to be alive and well after Thursday passes, if not a little bit groggy and wet. So this Hurricane Helene is coming straight up the Gulf toward the panhandle of Florida. Now, I have explained to you guys before, but I'm on the northeast coast of Florida. For those of you who know where Jacksonville is, I'm basically part of Jacksonville. I live in Atlantic Beach, which is about 15 miles east of Jacksonville, right on the ocean, on the Atlantic Ocean. So we more have to worry about the hurricanes that come shooting up the Atlantic, right? There's Rebecca. Good. I'm glad. Did you get my text? I meant to message you earlier, and I messaged Rebecca about 15 minutes ago to say that I was going live. Even though I've been planning to go live all day, it's been a pretty busy day. I'm glad you're here. So I am doing mini readings, but I just want to talk for a minute and first do a little check-in about this recent full moon eclipse. So there you have it. But yeah, so a lot of people around here are hunkering down for this Hurricane Helene, which is kind of exciting. A friend of mine who's in the true crime genre here on YouTube with me, she was in Tallahassee, Florida, which is right where this Helene is, like going straight up the Gulf Coast, straight into Tallahassee. It looks really bad. It could be, I think they're saying, Malia, what's up, Malia? They're saying it's going to be a category 4, but I have heard some weather people say it could be as strong as a 5 by the time it makes landfall. So it's kind of crazy. But anyway, because she's a friend of mine from social media, we haven't ever met in person, and we were going to meet for the trial in Tallahassee. Well, the trial got thrown off anyway last week because of some weird stuff, conflicts and waivers and all this stuff with the attorneys. And then with the hurricane coming through, it would have gotten canceled anyway, or at least delayed. So yeah, fast, big, and scary. They're saying like this could be the most damaging hurricane in like 10 years. The trial is for a man named Dan Markell. He was a lawyer that worked at the FSU School of Law in Tallahassee. And he and his wife divorced. They had two young children, and he was murdered. It was like a hit. And it happened about 10 years ago, and it's just over time the police and FBI have sort of pieced together what happened, and it leads back to his ex-wife and her family. It's been like on Dateline and everything. Anyway, they got the 2 assassins. They got the woman that was like the in-between person, and then they got the ex-wife's brother, and now the ex-wife's mother is on trial for the part of the conspiracy. They've been like picking them off one at a time instead of trying them all at once. Anyway, so her trial was going to take place last week, but it all got messed up. And so, but what I was going to say is, so my friend Kathy is coming here. She's actually came here to Jacksonville to a hotel to get away from the hurricane. So hopefully we'll get to do something together in person this weekend. So that'll be nice. Things work out, right? Because we totally missed the trial happening and all that. But she actually was there. I'm weird, you guys. I had a feeling something was going to happen 2 weeks ago, and I canceled my Airbnb. I just had a weird feeling like I don't know. I don't think this trial is going to happen. I think I'm going to regret going. And I was looking forward to it all summer. And then at the last minute, I was like, nope, I'm not going. I canceled it. And then all these things have happened. The trial got continued. I mean, the case got continued till next month because the lawyer had to withdraw. And then this happened. So it was not meant to be. Oh, wow. And you're not, I hope. I mean, I think Orlando is going to be okay. It's like us. It's kind of generally out of the path. But yeah, you don't want to be anywhere. I mean, I wouldn't want to be in Florida if I didn't have to be the next 24 hours. You know what I mean? Isn't that funny? Well, you're a Virgo. We're weirdos. Virgos are weirdos. We're almost too intuitive for our own good, aren't we? Sometimes and it can piss people off too because, sometimes it's like, don't bother lying to me. Like, I already know I know what's up. Don't bother. Just like speak the truth or don't speak at all. you know, I think I've had a couple relationships go wrong just because I was too honest. Like, look, I already know what you're doing. So you can be honest or not, but you're going to look real stupid if you don't just fess up. It's that Virgo, the virgin, the maiden, and her connection to the divine is just a little too close sometimes for comfort. You did. You knew. You said, I don't feel like this trip is happening. And it wasn't. Yeah. Oh, I get that. It's tough. But I think, the places that need to evacuate are more, I don't think a lot of people are probably driving to Orlando. I don't know. Virgo moons. Yeah. Oh, Rebecca, Rebecca, you're probably like a human lie detector because being a Virgo moon, I mean, heck yeah. You see all the deep, dark little details. And it can be, I don't know, it's just like a gift and a curse, right? For me, it's icky because I'm a Virgo sun and then I have a Cancer moon. So it's more of like feeling all the dark details. It's icky. It's icky and feely and gross. I don't like it. But you have to be grateful for what you're given and it's for a reason and, Right. Well, for me, Malia, I'm like you but that's because we are Virgos. So to us, it's so obvious where we're like, I know what you're doing, so stop. But because people don't think it's obvious, like they really don't, even though they know that you're right, they can't see how you know. And sometimes they have to think about what they're doing and be like, oh, they're right. I was doing that. But it's like, yeah, it's obvious because we see you. I agree, Rebecca. Try not to focus on it. Try to kind of work. I 99% of the time, I just live around it too. Except when I'm working or in relationships, sometimes you got to go there, but hopefully not too often. So, okay, guys, I'm going to do some mini readings. If you want to get on the list, we're doing 1717. I don't know why I did 1717 today, but that was the number that I felt was the like offering number. So if you want to get on the list for a mini reading, it's $17.17 and you can do Cash App or PayPal. Before we do and so get on the list, please, if you want to. But before we do mini readings, I just wanted to talk a little bit about this full moon partial lunar eclipse of last week. And there's a reason that I want to talk about it. Of course, there's always a reason. But I wanted to know from you guys, like I just like to do a check-in. How did this partial lunar eclipse full moon, was it a harvest moon? I think it was a harvest moon. How did you guys experience it? What did you think of it? I'll tell you, I don't even know what to call Brendan anymore. My ex-boyfriend / ride or die best friend, whatever he is, he and I were hanging out and we went and watched the full moon rise on the beach. It was really beautiful. When it rose up over the ocean, it was kind of pink. And then once it got up into the sky, it almost looked like the sun. It was like this bright orangish yellow. I have some pictures. I'll post them on my on the channel here. It looked like kind of a bright orange yellow. It was just so beautiful. Now, we didn't stay to see the eclipse because the moon rise happened at about 7:30, and then the eclipse was a couple hours later, started at like 8:45 or 9:45, I don't know. But it was too long. We had been out all day doing stuff, so we didn't stay to watch the eclipse. But my Aunt Catherine did watch the eclipse, and she said it looked like, it was just a partial eclipse, and she said it looked like a cookie. The moon looked like a white cookie in the sky with a little bite taken out of it. So, kind of cool. But, Yeah, so that was the experience of the literal experience for me of the full moon rise. It felt very hopeful. It felt very open. It definitely felt like it was bringing in some change. Maybe not, because it was a partial eclipse. It wasn't bringing in huge changes in our lives, but I felt like it was bringing in small yet very important changes, like small strategic important changes. Okay, changes in, maybe it's like instead of getting a huge promotion, maybe you got a quarter raise in your hourly salary, like something small but something meaningful, because it's all meaningful. I also noticed that my emotions were at an 11, not even a 10, at an 11, as far as like I was very edgy, like I was very defensive, I was very edgy, I was open, but everything was on the tip of my tongue. Like I didn't have a mute button. I couldn't stop myself from saying what I was thinking, feeling. I just had to spit it all out. It was like word vomit. And so that came for me with the full moon. But all in all, it's felt really interesting. It's felt really exciting. And so, yeah. What about you guys? Tell me, you guys. Blueberry vape. Guys, is anybody there? I want to hear yours. But I also will talk a little bit about, in general, I've been really focused on dragonflies lately, too. There's this, I don't know what that is, really. I was doing a reading for someone today, and it was all about dragonflies. What time period was that? When I was feeling that way? It was last Tuesday, so it was a week ago. Today's Tuesday. No, today's Wednesday. Tuesday a week ago, and it was right around the time of the moonrise and after, so like 7:30 in the evening till all evening, and then the next day and stuff. So like Tuesday and Wednesday of last week. Is that what you were asking, Malia? It was good energy. It was directly on interesting, on your south node, sun and north node. Past some tendencies. Okay. Good changes. I like it. So, yeah, I think where we're all at, guys, it's an opportunity. This is just me personally, but I do feel like it's for all of especially like my people, in my kind of soul tribe. I feel like where we're at, it's a great time to kind of revisit things from your past that maybe like projects you started, but that were really like soul projects for you that were really important, but maybe you didn't finish or you had to leave for a time. I've been doing a lot of writing again, working on the book. All of that kind of stuff is kind of coming back up for me. I'm feeling really drawn to this channel and to you guys specifically, to like my soul tribe, to like come back full energy, 100% giving of myself to the cause of spiritual growth and learning more about ourselves and all of that. So yeah, I feel really like it's almost like this is one of many eclipses and full moons and moments in our astrology that are bringing a full circle to some things that have been going on in like 3-year cycles, 7-year cycles, all of those different things. So yeah, Mona, I'm glad you came back. List is open. I don't think did anyone get on the list yet? If you want to get on the list, I'm doing $17.17 for tonight, $17.17. But I'm gonna first do a little card pull. We have a cool little group of people here, and it's not as big and expansive as it was when I was on here all the time and working it, but if it's meant to, it'll grow again if I put in the effort, and I'm going to, because I think we all need that support, and I really feel like this fall, and it could be partly because it's like an election year in the United States, which is always icky for all of us. I think this is about the time, usually by September, and every 4 years I'm like, just kill me now. Like I can't, everybody's at each other's throats, and it's just really, toxic. So it could be partly that, but I've just been feeling the need to like connect to the good soul tribe, and like the people who are really focused on what's important as opposed to what ultimately is not. And a lot of people would argue about that, what is important versus what's not. But I would say a lot of the things that the material, physical, world-bound people, which we all are to an extent, right? But that they think are important, really aren't that important. And that's a big thing that we have to grasp as we go, you know. That's okay, Mona. You don't have to get a reading. You can hang with us, and I might even do a couple freebies too. I'm gonna do like a check-in. So with you on that, brother. Yeah, so I want to do a little check-in about like the eclipse energy, what's coming, just for us in general, for our group of people, you know. And I wanted to do that either way and just come on here for Hump Day, even if we don't do any mini readings, because I love you guys. So let's see. Yeah, I'm going to put air sign and water sign zodiac video readings up tomorrow. I've done 2, but I'm going to try to get all 6 up tomorrow. And then I'll do earth and fire Friday. Oh my God, CZA, what's up? Good to see you. This is just sort of a collective reading regarding the full moon, the partial eclipse, where we're at, where we're headed, where we'd like to be. All of that. So yeah, did anybody else notice anything? You know, eclipse season is so interesting, right? Because it always brings things rapidly in and out, up and down, all around. Okay. So you got in the foundational energy here, paid via Cash App, Rebecca. Okay, you're top of the list. If anybody else gets on, I'll start to make a list, but since right now it's just you, I'll remember that. Thanks, Rebecca. Okay, so 2 of Pentacles. That's the foundational energy, and that kind of makes sense to me, especially from my own experience, because like I said, it feels like definite incremental change, right? So I think another example would be like when you go to therapy and when you're working on something with a therapist. Therapists don't try to get you to change, or any kind of counselor or life coach, motivational coach, whatever, an accountability coach. They don't try to get you to change everything at once, right? They'll give you assignments and have you work on little things that accumulate over time. That's what this feels like. Like it's about finding a balance, not trying to just, you know, jump off a cliff. There's definite change in the air. There's an energy of it feels very personal, like putting your own needs first, getting to know yourself better, getting to know how to function better in relationships, work, love, familial, whatever, friendships, by first learning to understand and be kinder to yourself. Okay, because that is important. Now listen, I'm not one of these people. I feel like therapists nowadays, and even some law of attraction people, they almost are coaching people to be narcissists. Like when they're like, if it's not, it almost sometimes seems like they're saying like, if your relationship isn't perfect, cut and run, love yourself first. I don't care how much you love that person. If they're not meeting your needs, cut it. And, you know, I don't agree with that, actually, a lot of that. Yes, love yourself first. I think, though, any relationship that I've seen that has succeeded, that's a positive, good relationship, it has had some toxicity in there, but the 2 people have not given up on each other. They've been willing to keep working on it with each other. And sometimes that requires you to be humble and to not be in your own feelings and to not put your own needs first, because that's what being in relation to other people is putting them first sometimes. I'm sorry, I know that's not a popular opinion in this day and age. It's all about love me, and then find the person that loves you too. But that there's not a lot of people finding that, because they're finding a lot of other people that love me, and me is them. And so it's just a whole messy situation we're finding ourselves in these days, because the truth is relationships are partially sacrificial. They're partially sacrificial. They just are. And it does require compromise, and sometimes it even requires putting their needs above your own. Not a lot, not all the time, but sometimes. You got to be willing to do that. And the goal is hopefully that other person will do that for you too, right? That's the good thing. But yeah, relationships are by nature codependent. to a certain degree. That's all I'm saying. Now, to a certain degree. It's like the pendulum. Yeah, it is like the pendulum swung, right? Because in their generation, that's so interesting, right? It is like that. Now, I'm all about self-love. I'm all about empowerment, but I do think sometimes I'm reading these like motivational quotes and listening to what these therapists are telling people, and I'm like, you're just training people to behave like narcissists. Like, yes, we want people to love themselves. Yes, we want people to stand up for themselves, but we also want people to, give and take and be show some humility. You have there, yeah, exactly. True, Rebecca. I think it's a happy medium. It's a balance, right? And you've got to love yourself, but there's a beautiful thing in loving someone else enough to sacrifice for them, right? And so I think it's about compromise. It's about sacrifice, and I just don't like some of this energy I'm picking up nowadays. That's being taught as if it's healthy, and I think it may sometimes cross over from healthy to a little bit self-aggrandizing. But that's just my opinion, and I'm just another talking head. What do I know? I certainly have never been in a lasting, happy, fulfilling relationship that lasted more than a year and a half max, so. No, yeah, good point, Malia. So there was that, and until the 70s, did you know that a woman could not sue her spouse for rape? Like, there was no such thing as raping your spouse. In other words, if a man was married to a woman, he could do whatever he wanted to her sexually, and it was not considered rape. That is mind-blowing to me. That's insanity. But that's the way it was. But now people have gone so far the other direction. They just cut and run at the drop of a hat. You make me feel bad about myself. I have literally heard people call their spouse or ex-spouse or ex-girlfriend or ex-boyfriend emotionally abusive because they may have said something that ended in the other person crying, even if it wasn't their intention and it wasn't meant to be mean. If you made that person cry, you were emotionally abusing them. We're in a weird place these days, guys. We're in a weird place. Relationships are not any easier, and they may be even more difficult because of where things are. Isn't that crazy, Malia? That you could actually, like, it was expected. Well, that's my spouse. I can do whatever I want with them. No. Well, we have it, speaking of, we have kind of seen it going back in a weird direction. Well, with Roe versus Wade getting overturned, that's been very scary and strange. And, seeing what the different states are voting on and stuff. We have an amendment in Florida because our governor has pushed into law this 6-week abortion ban. It's like, not to get onto weird sensitive subjects, but it's like 6 weeks. Most people who would probably be a candidate for an abortion, like young girls, don't even know they're pregnant till they're 2, sometimes 3. My mom was 16 when she got pregnant with me. She didn't even know she was pregnant until she was like 4.5 months along because she was a teenager and she had an irregular period and she didn't know what being pregnant felt like, So I feel like the girls/women who might need to have a medical procedure done to stop their lives from being altered in a way that's irrevocable between them and their doctor can't even have the chance, half of them, by 6 weeks. So we have an amendment on the ballot in November here in Florida. It's Amendment 4 to keep that stuff available and between a woman and her doctor. And I definitely am voting yes on that amendment. And I would recommend anybody else in my state to do the same. It's not about whether you believe in that or not. I don't think anybody likes abortion. Why would we? It's not something people like. It's not a pleasant thing. It's not likable. I don't like the idea of it. Who would? But I also think that I don't want to ever tell someone, I don't want to be in someone's business in that way. And I don't want our government to, I certainly don't want our government to be. So it bothers me that we're in this, that we've gotten backwards into this place. It's really sad. But it is what it is. Okay. Right. And listen, like I said, I don't think anyone's like, yay, abortion. Like, of course not. But it's, You know, it's a reality, and you know, thank goodness it's something that can be done safely, hopefully legally still nowadays, and we don't have to go hopefully ever back to those days where people were dying and things were being done. And you know, abortions existed since before it was a medical procedure, guys. It always has. So, Nora, welcome. But yeah, it's not whether you like it or not. Look, I'll never have to make that choice as a man. It's not even something I'll ever even have to deal with. As a gay man, I don't even have to deal with it from the other side being a father. But you know, I wouldn't want a straight person telling me how to live my life. So I don't feel I have any right to tell any woman how to live her life or what to do with her reproductive system, you know. I hope, and I think it'll pass. I think, you know, regardless of who wins the presidency, I think Amendment 4 will pass. Yeah, it's crazy. And because of the laws, the emergency department, their hands are tied. This is just so sad. All right, let me get back to this reading. So really quickly, guys, what I was saying is it feels like the change right now with the eclipse is incremental. It's small, but it's because it's building to big change, right? I'd rather see him do it safe medically instead of back in the day. Yeah, exactly, Mona. Exactly. And I don't think anyone is over here having an abortion party like it's some great thing we love. No, it's a very serious and for a lot of people, very hard and sad decision, but it needs to be an option. It's an option and it needs to remain one. And people need to mind their own business. You know? It's kind of like gay marriage. If you don't believe in gay marriage, then don't marry then don't be gay married. Don't get gay married. You know? I definitely think if you don't believe in gay marriage, you should not marry someone of the same sex and you should not be gay married. King of Pentacles. So there's an energy here. Exactly, period. Medical care. And it's personal medical care. There's an energy here of that incremental change leading to stability, masculine stability, the masculine side of us, that masculine part of us becoming very comfortable in providing for ourselves what we need, in standing up for ourselves. For those of you who have had trouble standing up for yourselves in the past, this eclipse energy has a very strong element of like pride, of strength. I have felt that ever since the day it happened. Like there's an element of just like it's a masculine, assertive standing up for oneself, for all of us, men and women. That side of us is being empowered right now. So if you feel that too, or you're feeling tugged to like speak up for yourself, or you know, take action in certain things, lean into that energy. It's going to serve you well right now. Okay. Also, the Hermit card. There's Virgo coming in here. Again, remember, the Hermit is the old sage. He's the one with all that wisdom that's gone into the cave. He's done all of that growth and expansion internally, and now he's taking it out into the world, right? He's really ready to make it magical and manifest it. You know, I got my lotto tickets. Go get your lottery. It's like, it's that energy. It's like, take risks. Go out and use your magic in a practical way. Like, just think of the movie Practical Magic, that title. This is what the Hermit is about. It's about practical magic. I'm not saying you're going to go out and charm snakes tomorrow, you know, and tame a cobra, but I'm saying using that masculine energy that's being opened up for you to stand up for yourself is also going to empower your wisdom, your spirituality, your ability to manifest. All of that is a part of that. It's all tied together. Then you got the Six of Wands. There's a victory in this. You're on the path. This is what's going to happen as the result of all of this incremental stuff. We're as a group moving toward a victory within ourselves, a return to self, a return to home. This is what I was talking about for me that has to do with coming back and really putting a lot of energy into this channel. There's a strengthening happening for all of us here. And this is more down the road. This feels like after the presidential election, after the end of the year, but it's all kind of starting with that eclipse. It starts small and it grows. And then you've got the Empress here as an outcome card. So what I think is so beautiful is we were talking about the masculine energy, standing up for himself. The masculine inside is becoming stronger, standing up for himself. But what it really does is when the masculine gets out of his rut and he stands up and becomes less toxic, more balanced, then the end result is that the feminine is able to be more comfortable in that seated position and in that receptive, nurturing feminine side, right? They balance each other. And so it's a really beautiful thing. It's so weird. I've always, in this Morgan Greer deck, whenever I see the Empress from far away, you guys, you got to keep in mind I need LASIK. My eyesight's not great. Whenever I see it from far away, I feel like she's holding a big slice of pepperoni pizza. Like that shield, for some reason, that shield looks like a big slice of pepperoni pizza in her hands. I know that's silly, but that's just something I see sometimes. And when I see that, it always makes me feel like it's like a reminder of like, it's not always, because I don't easily lean into the feminine energy where you're more receptive and you're nurturing, but it's like, it's not always bad to be in that energy because, you know, you can get a big slice of pizza. Someone might just hand you the biggest slice of pizza and you didn't even have to go take it for yourself in the masculine energy. I know that's a weird thing, but that's how I see it. It's like you're going to get the same gifts sometimes just from sitting there and waiting for them, right? Don't chase, attract, that type of thing. Law of Rebecca. Yeah, so there you have it. All right, so let's get into personal mini readings. So if you want to get on the list and get a mini reading, the list is open. $17.17 is the requested love offering. You can send it over to Cash App or PayPal. If you don't know it, let me know and I'll have somebody put it in the chat. But yeah, Rebecca. I think Rebecca, you're the only one on the list that I'm aware of. If anybody else is on, just let me know in the chat. I didn't see anything come through. So, but I've been yammering, so I may have missed it. All right, Rebecca. Send me a question, Rebecca. What's your question, my dear? Okay, what does Spirit want Rebecca to know tonight? Thank you. Oh, I'm going to switch cards here. No, don't. Okay. I'm going to not switch cards here. I'm not. It's just, I always see that. I'm really not. Trust me, I've eaten way more than I needed to today. Okay, thank you, Nora. You're next. All right, here we go. Wow, this is really interesting. Just knowing you, Rebecca, I see a little bit of some of the symbols here. So you have foundationally the Six of Swords. So there's some actual movement happening. It could actually be a move from one place to another. Hang on, let me get my water, guys. From one place to another, you could be moving from one place to another. You know, a lot of times I do personally see the Six of Swords as physical movement, right? That is exciting. That's always exciting, a move. Also, let me take my hat off. I'm getting a little hot. Also, with the Six of Swords here, I know there's reasons that this really resonated right away. You know, there's also this element of getting, because, you know, swords are such mental energy, guys. The swords are all about cutting through and clarity and air, ideas, mental communication. I feel like this is a symbol of you not only potentially moving physically, but moving to a place in life where things are becoming very clear and concise to you, where you're just going to mentally, you're able to just cut through any confusion or BS and see right through to what you want, what you need, what you don't want. Whereas maybe in the past, relationally, you've been a little confused and, you know, I want this, but I don't want this from them. Like, I love this person, I want this from them, but I don't want this from them. You know, kind of a lot of confusion, but I feel like it's like, nope, this isn't confusion. This is clarity. This is what I want and this is how I want it, right? Love that. Gotta love that. Then you've got the Two of Pentacles here. See, what's interesting is I see that as being connected directly to the Nine of Swords because that ship is there behind you. And so the ship of that is representing that movement, all of that movement and clarity. And so what that movement and clarity that's coming from that movement is allowing is for you to balance things out and make the right choices. It's allowing you to say, no, oh, it's time for me to put pinnacle A down so that I can fully embrace pinnacle B. Because if I keep holding pinnacle A and pinnacle B, they're not gonna work out. It's like the old the proverb, a man who chases two rabbits catches neither. Have you guys ever heard that proverb? A man who chases two rabbits catches neither. You're ready to decide, this is what I want, this is the direction I'm going in. Buck that can stay behind. I'm going after this. And it's a lot, there's so much clarity in this, right? You have the Hanged Man here coming out reversed. So whatever's been kind of, and do you remember, I don't want to get into personal stuff, but I don't think you mind me sharing this, Rebecca. Remember how in your the personal reading we did a week or so ago, last week or the week before, how you had that Hanged Man energy and it was regarding like stuff around where the home and stuff? That's reversed. That's reversed. So that is shifting out. It almost feels like when somebody opens a door to an old wood floor broom that hasn't been swept in a long time, and they start to sweep, and all the cobwebs and the dust just goes whoosh and goes away. It's like something magically is just clearing out for you, and it's freeing you because you've been there's been a little bit of a trapped energy to this. It's very strange because so you've got the Eight of Swords here, nine of Swords, and the Devil card. Okay, so the Nine of Swords, keep wanting to say eight. Nine of Swords and the Devil card. There was something holding on. It almost felt like some form of attachment or not to get really out there. I'm not saying we're not talking, like exorcisms and that type of possessions. No, an attachment though, something heavy hanging on, right? Even maybe an infestation where the energy was building on itself, but that's being broken up. You're being freed from a lot, and a lot of it's coming with that movement, with that, Six of Swords moving you to not only a new place, but to a place of such concise clarity of thought, clarity of purpose, clarity of desires, right? All of that stuff is so important. And when we start firing on all cylinders, bae, you guys have known me long enough to know that, the last couple of years I've kind of been in a rut. Not horrible, nothing too damaging, but I've been in a rut. I've been struggling within myself in a lot of ways. You also, if you've been around long enough, know that when I get concise and I start getting in my groove, nothing can stop me. And the same for all of you, I'm sure, or you wouldn't be my people. When you get on your roll and in your groove, nothing's going to stop you. Nothing. And that's what I see here is there's a clearing out, and you're getting real concise and you're getting real clear, and you're just you're going to start rolling. You've got the Eight of Wands or Eight of Rods coming, forward movement, clarity of purpose, communication on all cylinders, everything moving the way you want it to. And then you just have after that a choice coming up. You have this Two of Wands here, right? There is a choice coming with all this clarity and with all this movement. It does feel like it could have to do with another person. And the reason I say that, usually in the Two of Wands, it's personal choices. It's about you. But look at this Two of Wands closely. In this deck, there's the person or you potentially with your two blue gloved hands. And then look at the other wand. There's another person here. Do you see that? That second wand is being held by another person. So this is about you choosing to take on someone, to literally invite someone or some situation into your life to expand potentially your entire family. This is big. It's probably already starting to manifest, but it's going to actually happen. We're talking 4 to 6 months, I think, down the road. This is all stuff that's coming from the beginnings of this incremental partial lunar eclipse energy. So this is down the road, but it's already starting to manifest here. This is really special. You know what's weird is that looks like my tattoo. See that person's hand there with that that looks like the thing on the end of my tattoo, doesn't it? The end of my Eye of Horus. See it? Look. That. That and that. Isn't that crazy? Do you guys see what I'm talking about on that hand? Or a little bit like this one, maybe. Maybe I am. No, I don't know what. It just, when I saw that, I was thinking, God, that looks so much like the end of my. And it's like, it looks like someone just got that tattoo. Like it's all red around the black. It's all red. Isn't that crazy? How crazy is that? It's one of those nights, guys. I'm getting all the weird intuitive hits. Jane thing. Hola, ¿cómo está, señorita? What's up? Where you been, girl? Where you been? So that's pretty interesting, right? I know. Let me pull a oracle card to follow up, an animal spirit oracle, and then Nora, you'll be next. So start thinking of your question. Just woke up. Well, wake up. I'm glad you woke up in time to come in here. I feel like there's a lot of good news for all of us right now, to be quite honest. All right. Turkey spirit. Give with gratitude and grace. That's your foundational energy. Give with gratitude and grace. 61. So that's a 7. There's a lot of again, this is tied to sort of things coming full circle for you. Giving with gratitude and grace. The turkey spirit. I'm not. This is one of those animal spirit cards that I don't totally relate to very much. But yeah, it could be like a Thanksgiving thing. Oh, your Thanksgiving birthday. Interesting. Interesting. Then you have the butterfly spirit. Transformation is beautiful. Card number 11. I love this one, of course. And then the next is the white raven spirit. It says trust in the magic, and that's card number 66. So 11 and 66. I would really pay attention to these numbers because even the turkey spirit is 61. So 11, 66, and then 61. Ones and sixes, boo. Ones and sixes. But lots of transformative energy here. With that white raven spirit attached to the butterfly card, there's an energy of the transformation, and there's growth here. Because the white raven, it's like you're taking flight, you're sort of leaving the ground again. But it feels like it's not for the first time. This is a revisit for you. This is something you've done before in the past. You're going to be doing it again, just even better this time, even stronger, even more, connected. So I like it. I like it a lot. I think that's it for you, Rebecca. All right. Thank you. Okay, the list is open, guys. If you would like to get added to tonight's list, it's $17.17 for a mini reading. You can send it over to Cash App or PayPal. The Cash App is $Ray of Light Tarot, and the PayPal is NHJOOST92@gmail.com. Will one of you guys put those in the chat for me, moderators? Anybody that has a moment to do that? The PayPal and Cash App and just the amount to pay to get on the list. I have next on the list is Nora. I don't think there's anyone yet after Nora, so if you want to get on the list now, you won't have to wait long. Nora, put your question up in the chat, honey. What's your question, Miss Nora? Love. Okay, do you want to ask a specific question about love? Or do you just want me to see what I see? You can ask a question if you want, like a specific question. If and you want to. Oh, Malia, okay. Thank you for letting. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know if oh, you know what? I have my phone on Do Not Disturb and I'm on my phone. That's why I'm not seeing notifications. Did anybody else, guys, if I missed you, if you sent a payment, let me know in the chat because I'm not seeing the, hold on. Thank you, Rebecca. Sorry, Malia. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do Nora, and then I'll come back to you, Malia. Thank you for letting me know, or I wouldn't have known it. I don't even know if I can do it right now. Yeah, guys, if you send in a payment, just let me know in the chat, okay? All right. Maybe any guidance around the connection I'm in right now. Okay, Nora, let's see what we get, babes. Let's see what we get, my baby girl. Guidance for Nora regarding her situation. All right. Whoa. This is interesting, Nora. I'm getting a lot of so here's what I'm getting from the cards, and I'll show you in a second. There's a lot of start, stop, forward, stop, forward, stop. This feels like, and I don't know if this is coming from you or the person you're connected to, it feels like someone who gives very mixed signals. Like 1 minute they want you to be their ace, and then the next minute they're like, meh. And you're like, okay, you were just in love with me yesterday. Why are you kind of pushing me back? I've dealt with this. This is someone who you would describe as an avoidant attachment style. Doesn't mean they don't love you, but avoidants have a real issue. They have a real issue with their the way they connect is that they want you more when you're kind of not that interested. It's not healthy. I got to tell you, it's not healthy. And so if you love an avoidant, I'm sorry. It's one of the hardest types to love. And they can, especially if you are an anxious person, if you're an anxious attachment style type, they can become very codependent in that behavior of push, pull, push, pull. But I will say this, there's opportunity for growth here. There is a strong connection, and the universe is, I don't know what kind of stuff you're doing, if you do law of attraction stuff, but it looks like the universe is trying to give you what you want, but it's almost like it doesn't think that's the best thing for you. But the universe does what we are the universe. So a part of you, your subconscious is this isn't good for me, but I still want it. So give it to me. So you're kind of cooperating with the push pull energy yourself too, your higher self is. So let me explain now what I'm seeing. So in your foundation, you have the 5 of Swords. So this person withholds a lot, right? They withhold a lot in their communication. So you're probably thrilled whenever they're really nice or really sweet or really loving, because most of the time they're kind of the shade is drawn. And you could say that they're doing it in part because it's a way of feeling like they're in control. It's not, I know for you, it probably feels like they're on a power, they're maybe they just don't care all the time, or they're bipolar, that type of energy. But what it is, people who are avoidant like this, it's a way of maintaining control in the relationship, or thinking they're maintaining control so you're going to see them anytime they pull you in and are vulnerable with you, they're going to pull back from that a little bit. And then, it's almost mind numbing. I've been in a situation like this with someone before, and it's mind numbing at times. But what you can do is, you don't have to sort of engage this energy. What I would do if I were you is, what avoidants hate the most is honest and open communication. They hate it because they don't know what to do with that, right? But what you could do is tell them, I'm going to practice honest and open communication with you, because even though they hate it, it's what they actually need most, and it's what you need to share with them most to feel more secure in the relationship. So even though they're not going to always give you the response you want, you're going to help yourself feel more secure by saying to them, I don't know what's going on, but I just want you to know I notice your change in behavior like this, and I'm going to start calling you out on it when you do it, because it makes me feel bad. And I don't know if you're doing it intentionally to make me feel bad. I'm sure there's some motivation you have, but the result is it just makes me feel bad. So if you know that, maybe that could help you not do this. And it's not going to change their behavior, but it will make them aware of it a little more. And because they're not wanting to hurt you, they're wanting to protect themselves, and it's a whole cycle. So try to practice communication about what the person's behavior makes you feel and why. But also what you need to understand is this person needs therapy. They're holding on. Look at this. Four of Pentacles. They are holding on to a boatload of stuff from their past. I'm talking about boatload. It feels like this person was potentially sexually abused as a child. Don't quote me on that. Like I say, I'm not a doctor or a lawyer. This is not medical, legal, anything. This is for entertainment purposes only. We know that it's real. Spiritual things are real, but officially, I don't know. It's a feeling I have. It's in something I'm intuiting. It feels like part of what this person is carrying from their past was sexual, was from the time of a child. If this is a man, it could have been another man, even potentially their father. I don't know, but it feels like it's really caused them to shut down a lot and to feel a lot of lack of control in so many ways. And the only way they can assert some control is to be avoidant, to hold back, to be secretive. They feel a lot of power in their secrets. They compartmentalize their life, so they keep they even compartmentalize some of their friendships. Okay. Yeah, and it is sad, Jane, right? Because this is when I connect to someone like this, what I ultimately see is them as a child. Like, I can see this person as a child, not the abuse, but just it's like looking into them, and we all are children till the day we die, really, inside. And it's so sad. It's just like, it feels just very like a hurt little boy. But I will tell you, there's potential healing here that you can provide or help provide for this person just by, if you want to, I don't think you're going anywhere, even though there's an unhealthy, attachment styles, maybe on both sides. Just by communicating and then always reminding them in the communication, this isn't, I love you, you're safe with me, I'm not abandoning you, I'm not going anywhere, but this is what you're making me feel when you do this behavior. So just know, if this isn't your intention, maybe you should try to change the behavior, because the result is that I feel this way. So, just kind of keeping it that way. I know we're not supposed to say these words on these broadcasts too. I should remember that, because I'll probably never get monetized again. I just get so tired of worrying about all that. But yeah, it's true though. And that's, I'm like, we all have some trauma, right? No matter who we are, we have some trauma. I have the 10 of Swords here. This person, so it's attached to the Ace of Rods. Hold on 1 second. Hey, Cozy Coffee Tarot. You can absolutely ask anything like that, and I'll be happy to read. I am doing readings tonight for a love offering. I might do one freebie at the end. We'll play a little game, and I'll pick someone. But right now I'm taking love $17.17 to get on the list, and I'll be happy to read for you. Yeah. With this though, Nora, what I really feel is happening here is the universe is saying there's an opportunity for the sort of the connection, that sort of deep, sort of attached, it's not just love, it's a feeling of deep sexual, it's all the things. That the connection is strong, and it is going to continue to grow, but it's going to go through some real cycles, because the closer this person feels to you, the more their instinct is to pull away. So you just have to be aware of that. But yeah, look what you've got coming. The Fool. After this 10 of Swords, then you've got the Fool, Major Arcana, this is like a leveling up for this relationship. So there's more to come that looks really good, right? The Fool, and then you've got the Hanged Man. So it's like the Fool is the big jump off the cliff, only to get to reach a new level where they get kind of stuck again. So you're going to have to if you want to have this relationship be the thing, hang in there. That's fine. Don't be afraid to speak your feelings aloud, because they're rarely going to do it, but that doesn't mean you have to be like that. You don't have to let their avoidance trigger your anxiousness or anxiety. You don't have to do that. You know what I mean? Yeah, you can do it through Cash App or PayPal. They're both listed in the chat up above. Thanks, Cozy. And just let me know once you do. But yeah, you don't have to. This is the thing I've learned. You can have someone in your life that's avoidant. You can even have a functional relationship with them, but you got to speak your truth. Because if you don't, it's going to drive you crazy. You know what I mean? It really will. But speak your truth with love. With love, let them know you love them. You're not trying to hurt them or be mean, but that what their behavior is doing is probably, because see, like I've even had to recently tell someone, like, when you say this, it makes me feel this. And unless you're trying to make me not want to make plans or do anything with you, then you probably shouldn't do this, because the result you're getting from me is that I don't want to make plans with you. And so it's the same type of thing with somebody that you're in, like if you're in a love relationship with an avoidant, it's the same thing. They need to know what the result of that behavior is on you, so that they might try to realize that because that's not what they're not intending. That they're intending control and whatever. They're not intending to make you feel the way you're feeling. So if you explain to them what it's doing, you may see, you're not going to see a big turnaround. Don't get your hopes up, but you might see some small incremental changes. And what we just talked about is right now is a good time for those small incremental changes to happen, because we just had the partial lunar eclipse, the full moon, the harvest moon. It's a really good time for that. We're in the thick of it right now. So it's a great time to speak up for yourself, try to get some incremental changes, and it may lead to something bigger. It looks like it's going to lead to a leveling up in the relationship, but don't get too excited, because then there's another slowdown after that, you know? So there you have it. All right, let me pull a animal spirit oracle card for you. Okay, Cozy, thank you. So I have Malia, just wrapping up with Nora, then I have Malia and Cozy. Thank you. You just can't. That's a horrible way to live in a relationship, Nora, or a situation, even just like a non-relationship. It's not a fun way to be, right? You need someone who lets you know where you stand and how they feel about you. And if they don't know, probably need to get rid of them. I think this person knows. Like, this is not a person. They know that you're important to them. So it's not that they don't know. They're just showing all the mixed signal stuff because of their avoidance. All right, so in your foundation, you have the whale spirit. Trust the great mystery. So, this is really interesting. It's card number 65. We have an 11 there. The whale spirit is all about deep emotions. And so I think it is important with Trust the Great Mystery. It's kind of about, like, work on the little stuff with this person, Nora. Work on the incremental changes, speaking your truth. But trust that all that deep, deep stuff that we kind of felt into a minute ago, like about maybe some childhood, issues, trust that stuff will come out when it's time. And just do your best to be a loving support for this person while still not letting yourself and your needs get trampled on, okay? You have the chameleon spirit, act as if. Another thing, and this is really important to add too, with an avoidant, the less you let your mind get yourself get mind effed by them and wondering what they're feeling, because it doesn't really matter what they're feeling. What matters is what you're feeling, and that you're functional and you treat them fairly in the relationship. Act as if. A lot of times you just need to not let their up and down and all around affect you so much. Just go, I know this person loves me. I know this person cares. I know this person's got issues with everything from trust to control to whatever. And I'm going to act as if things are just smooth and steady. And I'm going to let them sort of just come on the ride with me or not, but that's their choice. While speaking up, still act as if and kind of keep that steady, smooth energy going. And then you have the giraffe spirit. See the big picture in this, right? 29, another 11. See the big picture. There's growth here. There's a lot of, this person is not someone that's a throwaway. I can tell. They're not a throwaway. If there was, I know this is not fun, what you're doing with this person, but I know they're not a throwaway, so I'm not even going to go there and tell you, like, run. No, they're not. You're not going anywhere. You love this person probably to the end of time. So what are you going to do? Just see the big picture. Try your best to kind of remember that even if it is one step forward, two steps back, eventually it's going to be a big leap forward, right? You are making progress even when it doesn't always feel like it. Okay, Nora? All right, good luck with this situation, Nora, and keep manifesting. Envision the relationship the way you wish it would be. See it that way and treat that person as if while speaking up for yourself. Okay, Malia. Thank you. All right, Malia. 1 is general and 2 is really wanting to know if this work trip to Florida is still happening and so how it will go. Okay. Aw, thank you, Nora. I'm glad that it resonated for you. That makes me feel good. Okay, let's see. So first, general for Malia. General reading for Malia. General reading for Malia. You have the Emperor in your foundation. I love this. So generally speaking, you're large and in charge, boo. I like that Emperor energy. Ooh, the Hierophant too. This feels very work related too. I know that the second question is more about work or travel with work. There's something here. Okay. Whatever you've been dealing with, so you have in your recently, you've got the Eight of Swords. I think this is work related, but if you've been feeling a little trapped, or, you know, like you've been stuck in some kind, either a rut or in a position where you can't do something you want to do or express something you want to express, you're being guided to kind of hang in there and not express, because you've got this Five of Swords. That's about holding things in, holding things back. It's even about sort of being a little bit deceptive. So you're being guided to keep things close to the vest. Don't speak up right now. Whether it's home or work, take this to the heart. Don't speak up right now. Keep it, you know, normally I'm all about speak the truth, speak up, speak out. Whatever this is, I don't know, but they want you to keep it to yourself for now. Hold it close, keep it to yourself. In your foundation, you're the Emperor. So like you're in charge. You're in charge. You've got this. You're calling the shots, okay? You're calling the shots, and it's all going to come. Look what's behind the Emperor, Judgment. It's all going to come back up. It's just now is not the moment. Just hang on. Coming in, you have the Hierophant. Lots of majors here. The Hierophant and then the Two of Wands. So there is a crossroads coming where there's some choices to be made and some changes coming. But you'll know, I mean, with the Hierophant, that's like, the Hierophant is like marriage, divorce, moving, life, death, birth. The Hierophant for me is big life events that they're so destined that you can't even question it. You just know, like, you know in your soul. I remember Oprah, for those of you like me who just think Oprah was amazing. I used to watch every Oprah show every day. I remember Oprah always used to say that the one time she knew to listen to her employees is if they came to her and said, I know in my soul, whatever, like, this is what we need to do, and I know this in my soul. That's what the Hierophant is. The Hierophant is you knowing in your soul something. So whatever all this stuff is that's kind of keeping you feeling a little stuck, trapped, almost like tied up, don't worry, it's going to shift. And when it does, you're going to know it in your soul that it's time for a big change. And it's a big change, right? This is a big change. Again, it's not just you. There's another person in this. This is so important because the Two of Wands is always a personal choice. It's always like, I'm going this way, I'm going that way. This one's so different. It is a choice. It is. And it's about change, but it involves another person. Okay. But you hold the orb. You hold the crystal ball. You're the decision maker here. Nobody else. Okay. Remember that. It's yours to decide, babe. Don't let anyone get in there and make the decisions for you. Especially if they tell you they have your best interests at heart. I am so tired of people using loving advice or caring as an excuse to try and tell me what to do. Like, no. Nope. Nope. If I ask for your help and you want to give it to me, fine. That help does not include unsolicited advice. This whole thing for you is about your empowerment. That's why it's showing you as the Emperor in your foundation. Nobody needs to be stepping into your lane and trying to tell you what to do with your life right here, whatever this is about. Okay? So if any of that's going on right now, you just smile and nod. Okay. Smile and nod, bide your time and hold your tongue. Trust me. Trust Jason at this time. Okay? Smile, nod, and bide your time. It'll come back around, especially if it's, it feels like it could be two things, but especially the work stuff. It'll right itself. It'll correct itself, okay? Just know it will. So, the work trip to Florida. Let's look at that. I don't know. Was it supposed to be this week? I know you said like you were supposed to go and it got canceled, I guess because of the hurricane, right? When was it supposed to be, Malia? Uh-oh, y'all, it's 11:11. It's 11:11. I've been seeing 11:11 all over the place, y'all. Maybe it's a twin flame thing. I did have a little communication with my twin flame that I hadn't talked to in a long time. We had a little bit of communication via email back in early September, but nothing to write home about. I know. What? Yeah, it was actually kind of funny too. I was like, what? But got to keep that stuff private. Tomorrow morning. It was tomorrow morning, but it got pushed to Friday. Okay. I think just before I go and read the cards, I wouldn't be surprised if it does happen on Friday because being a Floridian who's lived through a lot of hurricanes, usually the day after a hurricane, it's the most beautiful day you've had all year. It's so weird. And I know the hurricane is supposed to pass through the panhandle tomorrow, right? So Friday is probably going to be a beautiful day. Now, I don't know where your flights go because by Friday it's going to be, I think, somewhere up in like Georgia or Tennessee area or Kentucky. I don't know. And it's still like going to be a category 1 even when it goes through like near Atlanta. So I don't know. But let's see what the cards say. But yeah, I think like where I am, by Friday it's going to be beautiful. Tomorrow's going to be the yucky day, you know. Can't donate, assuming it's a theme, but just curious to see what's happening on here. Popped up on my shorts, smiley face. Okay, well, you're welcome to hang. Okay, Malia, here we go. All right. Yeah, you know what's funny? I do think it's by Friday. As far as weather, I think it's going to be pretty good. Like you've got, well, in your foundation, you do have the temperance card, right? But I think, you know, with temperance, it feels like this is an important trip, which I will say, you know, for whatever reason, this trip feels important. Like the balancing that's needing to happen is important, not just because of the weather and stuff, but the timing is actually, you're going to probably get down there and be like, oh, that's why it happened this way. Wow, if we'd come a few days earlier, it wouldn't even have worked out, and this was all kismet. It was meant to be. Because then you've got the Sun and the Four of Cups. Again, with the Sun, it's like, I don't know why. I just feel like Friday's going to be the most beautiful day we've had in Florida all year, even though it's following a hurricane, right? The hurricane will wreak havoc, and then it'll be the most beautiful, amazing day Friday and Saturday. So it's weird how that works, but it feels like that's kind of the energy. And it also feels like for you, if this trip does happen, which I'm getting that it probably will Friday, this is going to be a really amazing chance for you to connect with people that are, you know, simpatico with you. Like it's going to be a good networking opportunity. I'm presenting as a faculty member at the American Academy of Pediatrics conference, but I'm literally the only presenter. Will this be on Saturday? When is it? I would love to try to get down there and see you. How long will you be here? It's only like 2 hours and 20-minute drive Sunday. You leave Sunday? We need to talk. Because I wonder if there's a way I could get down there to see you. Okay, so Ace of Swords. This is sort of the outcome to this. I like it. If I see a post with you too, Jane. Well, I mean, it's a little bit of a drive, so it probably won't happen. But it's nice to try. It's nice. It's a nice idea, and maybe. I'm on red eye Friday night into Saturday morning at 7 a.m. Then presenting Sunday, and we'll return to October 1st. Well, that's Tuesday, isn't it? The 1st. there might be a way to do it, to come down and meet you maybe for lunch or something. If you have a free lunch break or something. Okay, Ace of Swords. So yeah, I think it's going to happen because I feel like there's this opportunity for the sharing of information, the sharing of something really good. And you know, that crown on the sword right there, it feels very rewarding. It feels positive. I know, I can understand, Malia. I would be too. But yeah, well, let me know. I think I'm gonna message you on Instagram because I don't know if I've talked to you since I left my phone in an Uber, so my numbers, I'm using my old phone with the old phone number instead of my newer phone with the new phone number. So you've got the number, but I'm not sure if you know which one it is. So I will, I'll Instagram message you just to make sure. But let's pull an animal spirit oracle card or two for you. Did anybody else get on the list? I don't think I have anyone else. Did I miss anyone? Has anyone else? Oh, yes, I did. Cozy. Sorry, Cozy. I know you did. Sorry it's taken longer than I thought, Cozy. Alava. Okay. But yeah, the list is open, guys. If you want to get on the list, go get on the list. Cozy, if you're still with us, get ready to ask your question because I'm going to do the animal spirit oracle cards real quick for Malia, and then I'll ask you your question. So hang on one sec. Beaver spirit, lay a solid foundation. So whatever this big change is from the first part of your reading, Malia, lay a solid foundation, right? Number 6, the soul, sometimes the soul and the mental mind are at odds. Don't let the being at odds with yourself a little bit about this get in the way of laying a solid foundation for whatever change you're wanting to institute. Second, well, Malia had 2 questions, but she donated twice to get the second question. You can do that, or if you just want to ask like a kind of quick follow-up-y thing. I don't mind if it's like a really quick follow type thing to the question. But yeah, if it's like a second separate thing that I'm going to pull for, I would prefer you send a second donation. Scarab beetle, Malia. Magic works through you. I love this. Zainab! I just did a personal reading for Zainab earlier. How you doing, sweetie? Do you have a follow-up question, Zainab? The list is open. It's 1717. 1717. Don't ever apologize unless you did something wrong. And Cozy, you didn't do anything wrong. Asking questions is never wrong. Scarab beetle spirit, Malia. Magic works through you. I love this, and I love that it's another 7 because the 7s are about completion, but also it's about, you know, it's that Hierophant energy. I think of the Hierophant when I see the 7, and the Scarab beetle is very much connected to the Hierophant in ancient Egypt. There's a magic happening for you that is so on point. Love, Ilian G. Thank you. Well, thank you for the donation. I appreciate that. I'll give someone a free reading just for that. So one of you is going to get a free reading at the end. We'll see who, because we're going to play a little game. Last but not least, elephant spirit. Learn from the past. Learn from the past. Remember, guys, elephants have such long memories. Elephants can literally remember being in their mother's womb. Can you imagine if we could remember being in our mother's womb? I get claustrophobic, so I don't think I would ever want to remember being in such a tight space. Like, I know it sounds silly, but like, seriously, can you imagine being all scrunched up? A 9-month fetus? No, thank you. No. I spent the night at Brendan's last night. I was laying in bed beside him, like holding him, and finally I just was like, oh my God, you're like hot. And I had to like roll over to the other side of the bed just to get away. Can you imagine being in a womb with someone, like when twins are stuck together? His sister has twins, and she was telling me that when they were born, one just was like, didn't want to be touched for like the first year of his life. He apparently did not enjoy sharing that womb. Yeah, a womb mate. A womb mate. So yeah, elephant spirit, learn from the past. This is something about that situation you were talking about with home. This is like, learn from the past, girl. If it happened then, it's going to happen again. Like, learn from the past, honey. Take it for what it is. Take it for what it is. You decide, not me. Thank you, Malia. Okay, Cozy. Thank you for your patience, Cozy. Yes, the list is open. And after Cozy, if no one else is on the list, we'll play a little game and get somebody a freebie. So if you want to ask another question and you already got a reading, you can play. Anybody can play. Cozy, what's your question? Let's play a game, guys. You guys. What I'm going to do, let's see. I'll use one of these lottery tickets that I got for tonight. I know what we'll do. I'm going to have you guys guess. My questions were, her question was romantic. I remember that. She wanted to ask about a connection with somebody. If Jackson is interested in her and if there's sexual chemistry. What are Jackson's feelings toward me and is Jackson sexually attracted to me? Okay. Jackson's interested because he's sexually, what are the feelings? All right. So before the cards come out, I have to tell you, what I'm picking up is an energy of a strong connection, but it doesn't feel sexual so much as it feels very like, airy, you know, like imagine a Gemini and a Virgo, because they're both Mercury ruled. Gemini's an air sign, Virgo's earth, but they're kind of airy. Imagine a Gemini and a Virgo and the mental friendship, how they just could like talk forever and feel so connected. And, you know, it's a beautiful connection, right? It's very airy. There's a sharing of ideas and thoughts and experiences and kinship. And I feel that between you and Jackson very strongly. I feel this energy of airy connection. So it definitely feels connected, okay? Sexual attraction, specifically, I'm not feeling that so much, and I'm not seeing that in the cards either. I'll show you what cards came out here. I'm sort of looking at them now. Doesn't mean it's not there, but I definitely, it's not showing me that. It's not leading and it's not showing me that. In the foundation, you have the Four of Pentacles. So it could be that the attraction is there, but this person's got a lot of stuff they're hanging on to, and, you know, that could be part of it. It feels like they're not so conflicted, though, because we have the Five of Wands reversed behind there. So there's not a lot of conflicted energy here, but there is a leading of like, there's a, like I said, it's an airy, I keep saying airy, but that's what it is. It's very airy, it's very light, it's very connected. Doesn't feel super physical, okay? You have the Nine of Wands. Yeah, this person's got some wounded warrior energy. Not, you know, something, it's nothing that can't be overcome, but there is some real wounding here that's kind of holds this person back maybe from going there. You do have the Ace of Pentacles. Again, that's not sexual though. That's potentially really strong friendship. Like when you love a friend, like really love them, like they love you, they're connected to you, you're special to them. Like this is really beautiful, but I don't get sexual attraction. Have you guys, well, you don't have to answer. I'm curious, like how long you've known, like where the connection's been. You do have the Fool card, so there is an opportunity, there's a willingness and a desire that's shared to go further into this, right? To like, let's go, let's jump in and let's see where this can go. The Moon, Major Arcana, suggests there are deep feelings here. There are deep, strong feelings. And there's probably, here's the thing. Sex really is so much in the mind, right? We think of sex as physical, and it is. It's a physical act. But if you have trouble with an attraction to somebody, it's really usually not because of physical stuff. That's the obvious, and yes, that's important, but it usually is up here. Usually if you love someone or have a deep love for them, that physical stuff is going to work, right? Usually if you don't, it depends, especially with women. Men, it's a little different because we're so visual, right? That we definitely need to see something that we really are into usually. But even with men, once we get over that, it's the same thing deep inside. So you have the death card, that Scorpio energy of transformative stuff, and then you have the High Priestess. So what's interesting that I think you should really think about that's so cool is with these major arcanas here coming out, this is a transformative relationship between you and Jackson. It has the potential to be a long-term transformative relationship in your life. I don't know if it's going to be led with sexual. So like if you're feeling like you really are sexually attracted to him and you're feeling like you don't know where he is, if I were you, what I would do is focus the energy more on the emotional, mental, and then see if that sexual side increases as you guys grow even closer with the other stuff. Because I do feel like there's potential with all of these majors, and that death card too. This is not a bad sign. I feel like with this death card, it's saying that this relationship has a potential to go through cycles. Like it has the potential right now. Everything here could transform into something different as it grows. It could be very cyclical. And I love that the energy is there for more. Like this person's not wanting to run away from it. They like what's here, but it's not fully realized yet. It's sort of still being developed. It's still being formed. I don't know. I don't know if that's in the future. Right now, I don't think that's what's leading the charge. I don't think it's a sexual attraction. I think this person is definitely attracted to you. Okay, they're definitely attracted to you. It's not leading with sex. Do you ever get the feeling that this person is very much in love with your mind? Because it's very interesting. And that's not anything to, listen, we always want things that what we don't have instead of what we do. But I would really, if I were you, I would really appreciate that there's someone that, because I mean, think of how many people out there feel like they're being used for sex and stuff, and they just want someone to really love and appreciate their mind, you know? And so that's a beautiful thing if that's part of it. And there's so much room to grow here that I would say don't give up on this. It's got room for a lot of possibility. I don't know that that's where it's at right now. I'm unsure if so, they haven't told me. Yeah, right? I like this Ace of Pentacles too. I like that came out because it's the universe saying, hey, whatever this is, it hasn't fully developed yet. You're still going through the doorway, but it's got the potential to be long lasting. It's got the potential to be something very stable. And I'm telling you, that is better than a sexual connection any day of the week. It really is. And I'm almost surprised to hear myself saying that because sometimes like that's where it's at. You want sex, but you know what? I could have, and not to be like crude, but I could have sex with 10 guys in the next month, and there would still only be one guy that I love, whether we're having sex or not. And same for him. You know, it's like sex is just sex. There's so much here, though, that's potentially lasting, transformative, and deep, that this is a good connection. It's a strong connection, and the other stuff will come. If it's meant to, it will. Just keep the faith that whatever this is supposed to be for you two, it's beautiful and it has a lot of potential. Don't focus on the one thing that hasn't happened yet or isn't happening. Focus on all the good things that are happening and let the rest evolve. You know what I mean? It'll be worth it. I promise. It'll be worth it. Let me pull an Animal Spirit Oracle card for you. Now is a lucky time. It's now is a lucky time. That's card number 49, so 13, so 4. There's a lot of potential healing in this connection. Wow. A lot of potential healing. And luck, too. You also, in your foundation, have the Deer Spirit. Card number 18, that's a 9. Bring a gentle touch. Yeah, you've called this person in and they've called you in, Cozy, to heal some things together. And once those things that need to be healed are healed, hey, maybe the sexual healing comes next, right? It's there. It's just not what's showing to me right now because there's so much other stuff in the way of it. But it's there. It's there deep inside, okay? Deal with what's in front of it to get to it later. All right. Thank you, Cozy. So, guys, we're going to play a little game. For those of you who were not able to get a reading tonight, you can potentially win one. And anyone else who wants to play, even if you did get a reading, you can win one. I've got a lottery ticket here in my hand, right? In the Florida Lotto, you get 5 rows. And each row has 6 numbers in it, between 1 to, I think, 50. Well, none are over 50. So 1 to 50. 1 to 50. I want you to tell me, I want you to guess the last number on the top row on the end, the farthest right. And I've got my finger on it now. Go ahead and put your guesses in the chat. A number between 1 and 50. And whoever gets the number right, you can guess until I see the number. And whoever I see put the number right first gets a free reading. So just keep putting numbers up until I see it. I'll tell you when I see it. 1 to 50. Ooh, some of you are close, but no cigar. Ooh, so close. Lots of close guesses, but no one's hit it yet. All right, let me make this easier. Let's make it between 30 and 50. 30 and 50. No. Oh, no. Ah, Cozy got it. Okay, 48. Cozy put it up. It was 48. Cozy, do you want to get another reading? Or do you want to give it to somebody? It was 48. Oh, Jane Thing got it too. Okay, let's do this. So here's what we'll do. Here's what we're going to do. So Cozy and Jane Thing both guessed it right basically at the same time. They both put 48 up, which is, this is what it was. It was 48. So what we'll do, yeah, you got it too, Jane. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have a tiebreaker. We're gonna have a tiebreaker for Cozy and Jane. So this is gonna be just between Cozy and Jane. The tiebreaker. So tiebreaker between Cozy and Jane. Wait. Okay. On this other ticket, on row E, the last row, this is just between Cozy and Jane now. Only Cozy and Jane. Between, I want the first number on row E, the very first number. And it's between 1 and 25. Jane and Cozy, guess the number between 1 and 25 on row E. You guys can guess until one of you gets it right. Jane and Cozy. This is just Jane and Cozy because you guys are having a tie-off. It's overtime. Not 17. You can keep guessing, though. Cozy, you too. Between 1... Jane got it. It was 7. All right, so Jane, you win. It was 7. You're the winner. Cozy got it, but Jane got it. Jane did get it first. So, Jane, you're the winner. What is your question, Jane? Thanks for playing, guys. That was fun. What's your question, Janie? And I'll let... Okay, so Jane did win. I'm going to let Jane ask a question. And then I'm gonna let Cozy ask another question too, because she got it too. So go ahead, Jane. What's your question, honey? What is your question? Just a general? Okay. And then Cozy, think of whatever you want to ask, and you can ask it after Jane. Oops. Okay. Cards flying everywhere. Foundational energy is the Magician. So this is good. It looks like, Jane, you're in a position right now where, with that being your foundational energy, it's a really opportune time for you to manifest. You know, the Magician is the master man. Well, I wouldn't say he's the master manifestor, but he's us, right? As we start to realize our power and what we're here to do and what we can do when we utilize all of our tools, right? So you're in that position where the universe is saying, utilize your tools and you'll get what you want. You know, take what the universe has given you, take those tools, utilize them, and you will be successful. You have the Two of Pentacles here. So you're at a place where, again, it's time to start making, I don't know why I'm thinking of this like energy of like giving up some of your toys in a way. It's like you are so gifted that it's the universe wants you to go ahead and say, you know what? I'm entering a period of my life where it's time to be the senora, like the miss, the not the young senorita, but the senora. You're like, so you're coming into your own now, and it's time to put some things in your past that have been hard to let go of because they make you probably feel young and happy and good, but it's now this gravity coming that's very serious because of your abilities. You have the Queen of Swords next. It's a time to start cutting out things that aren't serving you and embracing the things that, although hard, although difficult, although they require a lot of discipline, they're not only going to serve you, they're going to serve your community. They're going to serve the people you love in a beautiful way. It's going to be work. I mean, you have the Seven of Swords here, and this Seven of Swords is really interesting because it's about, you know, it's about a struggle. It's about that struggle and that need to push through. And then you have the Moon card. So it's all about your deep spirituality and growth. You are growing into the person that is, you've been on this trek for a long time, but it's now time, like the next 12 months have the potential to turn you into somebody that you didn't even know existed within you. In other words, all this time has led you to where you are now, but the next 12 months, if you really are disciplined and stick to what the universe is showing you to do, follow the path the universe has laid out for you and that you've agreed to, in a year, you won't recognize yourself. All of us who know you won't recognize you. We'll recognize your soul because we know you in that way, but we'll be amazed at who and what we see before us. I'll be like, can you train me? Can you train me, my guru? Can you be my guru and train me, please? I mean, it's that, yeah, and you should enjoy the inner work, right? Right? It is a beautiful thing, and the harder it is, the more difficult it is, the more it pays off. It is difficult to change is hard. Change is hard, but it pays off in such a beautiful way, right? Listen, we all do. We all do, Jane. We all do, my friend, but you're on the cusp of something that you really can't delay. And I know, like I do it too. Look, I talked to you guys candidly earlier. The last year I've been kind of up and really the last 2 years, I would say. 2021 was a good year for my channel and for me, but I just got a little slack and I got a little bit like, focusing on my personal relationships and and blah, 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 which is really never the thing to do. Like, never. No, I'm kidding, but it's like that never gets you really where you want to go. When you focus on what's most important, right? Your growth, your spirituality, your business, your family, your friends, the other stuff falls in line the way you make it fall in line, right? It's all going to happen, but this is going to be hard. This is like hardcore G.I. Jane stuff. Like, it's hardcore G.I. Jane's got to step up to lead the way here, Because we need you. We need you in this fight. We need you at your best for this fight. Do you know what I'm saying, girl? Like, we need you at 100, not at 95, not at 98. We need you at 100% for this. Look at this, dragonfly spirit. I was talking about dragonflies earlier. I just said how this eclipse season has been making me think of dragonflies. Jane, get on my page, lady. They're not coming online. They're already online. They're just, you got to plug them in, baby girl. Plug them in. Plug them in. Don't resist. 22, 11, 11. Yeah. Truth transcends illusion. Truth transcends illusion. I kind of don't want to say anything else because it's like, hello. Yeah, I'm just going to leave this. Truth transcends illusion, Jane. And that's a blue dragonfly. That's the truth. That's the flow. It's time to collaborate. Also, you got the ant spirit. Time to collaborate. Card number 1. Boom. Nothing is wasted. Nothing has been wasted. Everything has led you to this moment. It's the last piece of, you've got this puzzle laid out on your coffee table. You've been working on it for a decade. There's one last piece to put right in the center to finish your puzzle. That's where you're at. That's where you're at. Lechachia, 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 lechachia. Thank you. Yes. Thank you, 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 universe. Yes. Yes, I feel that. Woo! I feel that. Okay, Janie, thank you. Cozy Coffee, what is your question? What is your follow-up question, Cozy Coffee? Oh, and Zainab is next on the list. You may have to, man, because I think you and I are about to collaborate on something exciting. I am about to do, I've been wanting to do, I was going to reach out to Jai because I felt like she and I should do this course together that I have in mind. But maybe I'm supposed to do it on my own and just have like guest teachers come in and help at different parts of the way. It's going to be amazing though. May you be receptive and clear in choices. Amen, brother Ben. Plucked a rabbit and skinned a hen. Get it? Okay, my question is, what makes Jackson attracted to me as more than a friend? What about the attraction for Jackson makes it more than just friendship? If it's not leading with sexual, what makes it more than just friendship? You don't even have to intern for me. You might just be a guest collaborator in the class. Ooh, what was that? Okay, there it is. Wow. So here's the thing. Friendship happens naturally, right? When we become friends with someone, it just kind of happens. He does feel like your relationship has sort of begun naturally, but he wants to put work into it. He wants to actually focus on the details and put work into it. So that's why it's more than a friendship. He's got the feels for you like someone. Yep, thank you, Z. Thank you, Z. You're next. Thank you, dear. He's got the feels for you that you're more than a friend, but it's not necessarily led with sexuality right now. There's such deep feelings too. The moon came out. And the Ace of Rods, the universe is helping this along with the passion, the excitement. There is more coming. It's just not where it's at yet. There's a spiritual connection here. There's a spiritual aspect to this with the Hermit. That's that Virgo energy. The Hermit is Virgoan, right? So in the Virgo is the Virgin, the maiden, and her connection to the divine. So if you think of the maiden and her connection to the divine, the masculine divine, in this sort of astrological, mythological world we're talking about, in theory, the maiden and her divine, that's an aspect of him and you. Your feminine, your maiden to his divine masculine. There's something beautiful there. And it's not sexual necessarily, but it is very much romantic, ethereal, emotional, beautiful, ripe with potential, and rife with potential sexual chemistry down the road. So it's something really exciting there. And I would say for you, have faith. Remember this. What we want wants us. So if you can get super clear on what you want from this thing with Jackson, it wants you too. That whatever we want always wants us. It doesn't always cooperate, and it doesn't always work smoothly because we're in the human form in the third dimension on planet Earth, which is all about friction, which is all about growth through resistance, right? But having said all that, it's still true that what we want wants us. It always does. Okay? You want me to give Jane your number, Zainab? No, she's not in Southern California, though. She's, Canada. But yeah, I can do that. I can do that. So yeah, what we want wants us. I love Toronto. Toronto. Sounds like he just likes the chase. No, it's not the chase. This is very, if it was a chase, then there would be sexual stuff there. This isn't sexual right now. This is actually a very spiritual connection. But I understand why you would say that, Mona. There's a push-pull to this, right? And there is resistance, but what we want wants us. And Cozy, I know what you want. It does want you. It's just not where it's at yet. It's growing. There's a lot of potential there. Just remember that. Spider spirit, make your dreams real. So you're the spider. You cast your web and create what you want, sweetheart. You can do it, Cozy. Create what you want. Cast your web and create what you want. You also have the seahorse spirit. Watch and wait. Just watch and wait. Manifest. Manifest. You're connected just like that. Soul connections are so beautiful, aren't they? They're just so beautiful. It's like there's an invisible thread that connects your heart so that there's always actions and reactions. And it can be frustrating as hell, y'all, but they're the most beautiful connections on earth. They really are. I love it. If you like it, I love it. All right. Zainab. Miss Zainab, what's your question? Give him time to get cozy. Exactly. I like what Rebecca said. Give him time to get a little cozy. He's got stuff he deals with. He definitely does. So give him a little time to get cozy, and it'll all work out. I wish Jason had a Discord we could all hang. What do you mean a Discord? What's a Discord? I definitely have Discord in my life. I just don't have dat cord. Kidding. Zainab, what is your question? It's an app. Oh, I need to get Discord the app? I could do that. And we could all hang. What did Daryl say? I'm watching the world from England. Oh, wow. You're up late, Daryl, or early, depending on how you look at it. Yeah, we're our own little soul tribe over here on Ray of Light Tarot Spiritual Services. We have a good time though. You're welcome to hang with us anytime you'd like. I can't really do a British accent, or I would, to try to make you feel at home, but cheerio, old chap. Messages from Spirit for Zainab. Online game. Oh no, I don't want to be a gamer. Yeah, that's not so interesting to me. I'm not a gamer. I played Nintendo when I was younger, but that's it. Okay, messages from Spirit for Zainab. Oh, wow. Okay. This is interesting, Z. There's this beautiful, that connection we talked about earlier that is pretty prevalent in your life right now. There's this beautiful thing in the foundation. It shows the two of you. It's the Five of Pentacles, which is a feeling of being like left out in the cold. But what's beautiful is the two of you are together. The two of you are left out in that cold together. So it's like there's such a shared sense of protection and love in this connection that I know you feel it. And it's very much on that level, but it's shared. Both of you feel it. So no matter what goes on in the places that you have in common, there's this shared sense of we're together to help each other and to protect each other and to love each other. That person also comes out as the King of Rods. So there's a lot they haven't expressed that has to do with the things that they are passionate about, the things they are passionate about and the things that make them feel alive. They want to share with you all of that. There's a big change in this connection too. The Wheel of Fortune is here. You know, major arcana, shifting energies, things changing. We're in the eclipse season now. Things are going to start to exist on a different plane for you guys. It's really beautiful. That one has a whole pizza. Which one? Oh, it does. Look at that. You're so good, Rebecca. Look at you. Now that one's never even looked like a pizza to me until she said that, but I do see it. All right, so there's this new level after that Wheel of Fortune kicks in of like communicating and almost celebrating the connection. Three of Cups, Ace of Cups. It's a celebratory energy. The outcome card is the Hermit. I love that as the outcome card because it really says to me like this person, just like you've got lessons and you've grown so much from this, they are too. They are too, and they're becoming so much wiser and more clear about who they are in this, and it's a beautiful thing. I just love this. You're teaching this person how to see their own worth, and then in response, they're showing you how they're shining the light to you to show you how beautiful you are from their perception. It's like it's this beautiful mirroring and reflection happening on an almost completely spiritual level that's transitioning into the physical plane, and it's going to happen on a 3D physical level, and it's going to be so beautiful. I can't wait to hear about this as it unfolds, but you'll have to share with me how it feels and what it's like because I wish that I'm jealous. I want that to happen in my life. That sounds exciting. I've had it before, that type of thing, but it's been a while. It's pretty sexy. Well, you're welcome to watch and listen, Daryl. We don't mind. We don't mind at all. I hope you get some sleep, though. Or if you have to work in the morning, I hope you're not too tired. Z, you got the Badger Spirit. I love this. Be fearless and bold, card number 4. Remember that 4 is healing. There's so much healing in this connection, too. It's just lovely how much healing there is for you guys. Then you also have the Buffalo Spirit. The abundant universe will provide. Card number 10. 10-4. Am I coming through loud and clear? 10-4. I really love these. So cool. Trust the universe and trust the universe in as much as trust the universe and display that trust that you have for the universe by being fearless and bold. That's the ended up guidance. Trust the universe and display that trust to the universe by being fearless and bold. Love it. Love it. I love it. You guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. Wasn't it fun? I think we had a nice hump day. I'm going to try to really make a concerted effort to do this every Wednesday like we used to, because it's always was so much fun doing our hump day live, just hanging out, doing some mini readings. It's a good time. I love reading for Z. It always gets very, like you have different types of readings that you do for people. Like some people that I read for it because it's very much like about their work and business. Z's are sometimes about that, but hers come through to like very spiritual. I get right to the spirit stuff with hers. What tarot card represents Wounded Warrior? Typically it's the 9 of Wands. Hold on, I'll show you. We call the 9 of Wands the Wounded Warrior because, well, you don't see it so much in this deck, but the Wounded Warrior, he's usually got like, looks a little beat up. Let me see if I can find it in my Rider-Waite deck. He looks like he's been through a war, through a tough time, right? And, you know, because the number 9 is, you know, we work on in tarot, you work on a number system of 0 through 10 or 1 through 10. And so the number 9 is 1 being the beginning and 10 being the end. The number 9 is almost the end, right? So if you think of the 9 of Wands and the wands representing fire energy or passion or a struggle, you see that this person is almost at the end of their struggle, right? They've got 9 wands, not 10, they're not done, but they're still in the struggle, but they're at the end of it. And see, they're kind of beat up. They've got a bandage on their head. They've been through quite an ordeal, but they're still hanging in there. They're still in the fight. Even though they're wounded, they're still a warrior. Like, they're still going to push through and survive this fight. So it's a beautiful card. But yeah, that's the one you'll hear people refer to as the wounded warrior. What you need is the 4 of Swords card. That's the one that I think of as like rest and recuperation. You need to rest and recuperate. 4 of Swords. And have sweet dreams. Guys, love you guys. Again, it's 11:56 here, so for the last time, I'm going to say happy hump day because it's almost not hump day anymore. I hope you guys have a great night. I love you guys. I will be putting up some zodiac readings tomorrow and Friday, so be looking out for those. Please, when you see the zodiac if you're not subscribed, subscribe. If you are subscribed, turn your notifications on if they're not already on. If they are on, you'll see zodiac readings coming up tomorrow and Friday. Please check in on them, like them, comment on them, even if you just say like thanks. I just appreciate the help of getting the videos circulating again, because I haven't been doing them in so long. They need a little helping hand to get them circulating. So like, share, subscribe, comment on the videos. All right, guys, thank you so much. Have a great rest of your week and weekend. I love you guys, and if I don't talk to you before then, I will see you either Sunday night or next hump day, Wednesday. Bye, guys. Have a great night. Everyone who's in Florida, stay safe.